Hello guys! It's been so long, and in case you missed it, part of the reason is because, let me find it. We're having a baby! That's not really all the reason. I mean, I've literally been gone for like a whole year, but that's just the big news. If you guys want caught up to date, or you love my channel, but you want to know what's going on in my life, I did want to show you that we have a vlog channel, which we've been doing a lot more regularly. DigidaniCo is definitely more of like a passion hobby, so I come and go from here, unfortunately, more than I want. So definitely check out my vlog channel, which I will link down below, so that you guys can check that out if you are like interested in keeping up with my life. But anyways, okay, back to the plan with me. I know, a lot of news straight at you at the beginning. I'm using this kit from DesignLovelyStudios. I've been loving her stuff. I think this is only my second kit by her, and it worked out great for me. I also got some new pregnancy-related stickers. I can't remember where these are from, but I will try to link them down below, so that you guys can get them yourself if you are pregnant too. And so they have like the weeks, and then also things like appointments and just different like milestones with baby and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll be using those this week as well. So we're actually using a brand new planner. You might not have ever seen this before. I just like dropped it on my Etsy shop and didn't say anything. Normally I'd like to like do a little bit more of a release, but I was tired of holding on to it. So this is my minimal series planner. This is actually the orange color of my minimal series planner, and I absolutely freaking love it. This is actually what I use every day to plan my life without putting like sticker kits down. So I like the fact that I can feel like I can use it in a very functional manner. Right now I'm obviously turning it super pretty with a very pretty kit, but this minimal planner is just so nice and like super functional, and I love how much cleaner it looks than my other planners that I have. Those are still up on my shop. I know a lot of you use them and love them, but I wanted something a little bit cleaner and simpler. This reminds me a lot of like the Hobonichi Weeks. So if that's like your vibe, this might be the perfect planner for you. So it's up on my Etsy shop right now, which I will link down below for you guys to check out. The first thing that I did, as per usual, was lay down my date headers. I then go in these 3 boxes, I have been using that top section to like write my things that need to be posted, essentially. So a lot of what I do, I am a photographer and videographer full time, but also like we vlog, I have a blog, I have a podcast, like a lot of internet-y things. Like even my photography business is very internet-y. So the top 3 boxes is where I put like things that need to go live or things I need to post or have done that day. That's kind of what that is for. And then I use my color coding system to highlight them. Starting off Monday with a But First coffee. This one actually makes sense though, because I went to Indianapolis this day to do some headshots. So I actually did wind up going to Starbucks and getting myself some coffee. And so that made a lot of sense for me to put But First coffee. Sometimes I put that just out of like routine or habit. But this time I actually got coffee. And then underneath there, I am marking that I had those headshots in Indy. I wound up placing down a couple of full boxes. With this kit, I feel like, or not this kit, but this planner, and then using this kit, I feel like I needed to use the full boxes a lot more. I obviously struggled because it's my first time back with digital planning like this, like with a kit and stuff in a while. But I felt like the way that this planner is made is just a lot more linear. So I don't know if I really had more room or if it was just me struggling because I hadn't planned in like forever, but I feel like I had to use the full boxes a lot, which I don't mind in a kit like this where it's just freaking gorgeous. This kit was actually something I chose because around here it's starting to feel like spring, but it's not like officially spring yet. And I liked the blues because it's definitely like a rainy season right now. So the flowers and the blues just kind of like made it feel really nice. So there you saw me freak out a bit. Yep, I'm having to restart GoodNotes. I think I did this a couple times. I don't know if I'm just a power user of GoodNotes or if the application is just not as great as it used to be, because it crashes on me or gives me problems a lot when I'm doing extensive things like this. And that's where I'm saying I think I might just be more of a power user. But when I just write in it like normal, usually it's fine. But I have noticed that it's been taking a long time to load pages, and then I'll try to do things and it crashes. So that's what that was. But anyways, to finish off Monday, again, like I said, I filled up with like some decorative boxes, but I also put down that I had dinner with my cousins, Taylor and Jessica. So I used one of my chubby stickers who's drinking purple boba. I don't have any food chubbies, so I definitely added that to my list after planning this day, because I realized there were a couple of times where I wanted like chubbies that were like out to dinner and things like that. So maybe a new release of dinner time food chubbies will be coming soon. Okay, and on Tuesday, I started the day with a chiropractor appointment. So I put that up at the top using a green appointment label and used one of the Grumpy Bear Co. pill-shaped stickers that I got off of a digital vellum. I'm jumping around here mostly because I didn't want to forget that I had these stickers, and marking that I am going to be 14 weeks pregnant on Sunday. So I wanted to just like throw that back there so I didn't forget. It's funny because I actually am looking at this now and realizing I'm not 14 weeks on Sunday. I'm 14 weeks on Friday. But to be honest, it really doesn't matter. I'm just like 14 weeks this week. That's just how I picture it in my mind. Anyways, I'm literally just looking at it now and realizing how wrong that is. I needed to mark down on Tuesday that I was looking into some more baby doctors. We have been using our local doctor and I really, really like him. We live in a small town and I wanted to take the time to do some of my research and just to make sure that I'm making the best decision. So I used these baby chubbies or like mama chubbies that are actually a new item in my shop as well. I think it's called like Mom Life or something. If you just go to my shop and search by most recent or just search the word mom, you should be able to find these. There's a couple of different like mom related items that I have in a little chubby set. So I marked down that I wanted to look into some new doctors. I'm pretty sure we're going to stay with the doctor we have now, but I just wanted to make sure I did my research and was making the smartest decision even though we live in a small town. Underneath there, I'm marking that we went on a walk. The shoe sticker is, again, another one from my shop. It's from the Chubby Workout Pack, and so there's just this little shoe that matches the Chubbies, and I used him. And then at the bottom there, I'm putting a 3 checklist. I only filled up a couple of the spots, and actually even looking at my planner now, I still have that blank one, but that doesn't bother me at all. I apparently just needed the 2 spots. So I filled in what I needed to do on Tuesday. Moving on to Wednesday. I wanted to sleep in. So I used one of the like decorative boxes, I guess you would call it, and marked sleeping in. And then I took a long time in the morning to really get myself going on Wednesday. So I put down shower and get ready just in this huge like decorative box like this. I don't even know what you would call this shape, but I love it. I love spicing up and doing something different than those half boxes. So I put down that I was going to shower and get ready and used one of my me time chubbies. It's a chubby with like bubbles all over its head in a little bathtub. I don't get to use that one very often, so every time I do, I take advantage of it and use it on my spreads. So then we're now halfway through the day and I'm finally getting to work. So that's a big chunk of what I did. Then after relaxing was just like sat on the computer and worked all day. The hard part about my plan with me sometimes now is that is what I do all day, is just sit on my computer and work. And I just don't really like to put the same thing every day, even though a lot of times that's what I do. So I try to spice it up, but it gets complicated, and you'll see that later on in this spread that I was like kind of struggling with what to put. I'm using a bit of the little washi tape to mark down that I'm like working for a large chunk of the day. Just wanted to fill in that spot. I had a lot of problems with resizing the washi. Again, I think that's just user error. I get frustrated with undoing things in GoodNotes, I feel like when you hit undo sometimes it takes you back like 50 steps rather than just like the one step where you cropped it wrong. I don't know, you have to be a GoodNotes like user to really understand what I mean, but like it drives me nutso sometimes. So then after working all day, we actually had a little date night. Wednesday's not normally our date night. Well, I think the last time I planned with you guys, Wednesday was our date night, but we've switched date night to Monday now. So it's a little odd that we are doing date night on Wednesday. But we just kind of had a long, rough day, my husband and I. And so we just wanted Subway for dinner and to sit on the couch and watch a movie or whatever. So we definitely just did that evening. And then I filled up the rest of the gap with a bit of decorative washi. It wasn't like a full box. It was just like decorative. Moving on to Thursday, I put another tiny little strip of washi up at the top just for something different, and then used one of the quarter boxes that has the pretty outline to put down that I needed to promote our new podcast. We just launched a podcast last week, and I hadn't yet really talked about it because if you guys have ever, I don't know, if you've never launched a podcast, you don't know the struggle, but you have to like get it approved on everything. And so like Spotify, Apple Music, everything like that, like has to go in and approve it. And that process took a lot longer than I had expected. So we had like a launch date, but then couldn't really talk about it because it wasn't up on all of the sites. Anyways, long story short, I finally was able to talk about our podcast a little bit there. It's called the Memories Podcast if you guys are interested. Again, like I said, I have a lot going on in my life, so this is why I haven't been around. But yeah, we launched a podcast, my friend and I, and then I used a full box to kind of fill in that space there. Actually later wind up pulling it down and sliding something in between, but you'll see that a little later. Oh, look, right now, you'll see that right now. I slid that down and wanted to put down that I was going to vlog and then also blog about the podcast. Again, just a lot of like promoting. And that was basically my whole day was talking about the podcast. So I needed to like do more to actually fill up that space that I was talking about the podcast like all day, rather than that just one little tiny quarter box. All of the stickers I used will be linked in the description down below. Sometimes I don't mention them just because I'm chit-chatting with this voiceover. But if you guys are interested in any of the stickers and you can't figure out what it is or can't find what I have in the description, just feel free to reach out. You can leave a comment down below, and I'm usually pretty good about responding, and I'll get you the link to whatever it is that you want. This is where things go a little crazy. I didn't have a plan for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because it was kind of an odd day, like as far as working goes. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something else. I don't want to plan these days yet. So I added washi tape down at the bottom, and then I'm here looking for my habit tracker stickers. This bottom section of the minimal planner is actually meant for to-dos, which is why it's super functional when you don't do like pretty planning like this, and I absolutely love it. But I just wanted to cover up the to-do section since I don't really use it like that when I do like weekly kits. And this is where I put in my weekly habits, and then also on the right hand side I put in my moves for the week. I also put in my meals over on the right hand side as well, which I dabbled back and forth with the idea of potentially putting the meals on the right hand side or putting them on the empty bar over on the left. But you'll see later. I fill that up. I actually wind up messing with the meals and doing the meals different because I didn't realize there was actually like an actual meals thing on this kit, but it's okay. I figured it out later. So ignore this because this will all change. There's actually going to be a point coming up here soon where I just cut the video, and that's because it has been so long since I have planned that this, to be honest, was a little stressful for me. I love to just do it in a relaxing manner, so I try my best to like just kind of chill. I'm usually planning a show, and just like do this because this is fun for me. But at the same time, when it's been so long, you're getting frustrated with GoodNotes, like you just don't know what to put because you're out of the groove. There came a point where I just cut it, and these last couple of days I did off camera, and this is because I just figured you guys had kind of in a way seen enough. I was like, okay, I've shown a lot of like the plan with me and stuff. I have these last couple of days, and let me just take my time and just do them to myself. So when it cuts, you guys will see that, and it'll come back in these last couple of days will be like fully complete. And my sidebar too, because I did the sidebar off camera as well. And I'll try to show you everything that's in there, because I do give like an overview of the spread. But if you want to see the full spread a little more like slowed down and actually like look at it, then you definitely want to check out my Instagram. I post everything there every time I do a Plan With Me spread, so you'll be able to see like the look of it if you want to see it like a lot more slowed down. But this is kind of fun just to see my work and the process of doing it, because as much as it, like, we all love how pretty it looks, it's really nice to know that, like, hey, it's not always easy. I'm not here to tell you this is a fast process at all. This is definitely something I just do for fun, not something I do for practicality. This is not how I practically plan when I'm like actually needing to get shit done. This is just how I plan when I like want to do something pretty. So yeah, you'll see that cut here in just a second. But Sunday was kind of easy for me to mark because I had that 14 weeks banner filling up like the whole top. And then all day I spent it at my parents' house. So I was able to do a couple of different like things to showcase that and to just show that I was there all day. So I marked that I had breakfast at my parents', and then I used a washi, or not a washi, but a full box, and wrote over top of it that I was at my rinse all day. That's because my sister, who lives in Maryland now, was home. So we were just kind of all hanging out all day and doing all kinds of stuff. And Sunday night, thank goodness I don't work like a normal job where I have to get up and go into the office, because we partied all night. I say partied, but like we just stayed up all night and played games. I'm pregnant. I'm not drinking. I'm not. So that's what I mean by partying. But here you can see Good Nuts crushed again. This is where I was like on my wit's end and being really frustrated. So this is about the time I'm about ready to cut. But anyways, I used the Messy Hair Don't Care sticker, which I believe is from my mom kit. I can't remember exactly. And I cut off the bottom part that says Messy Hair Don't Care. Okay, here we go. We have jumped ahead. So look at the gloriousness of it all. I'll zoom in and show you everything on this kit. I really liked it and I had a fun time planning. I just needed those moments to myself because I was using a new planner. I was using essentially a new kit to me. And it had been a while since I'd done this. So I just kind of needed some time to like do it on my own. But I hope you guys still enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to DigidaniCo if you haven't already, and check out all my links down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!